In this third tutorial, I'm going to be showing you how to add a brand new product to your e-commerce store. But let's first recap what we've already done. In the previous two videos, we've looked at adding content to the site as a whole at the top and bottom of the page. We've also looked at adding some static on-page content, and we've finally looked at adding some images onto a page. So now it's time to get to grips with products. As you can see on our woven and tufted store, we've got a selection of absolutely fantastic carpets and rugs. But I've got a brand new product and I want to add that to my store now. Well, with Yetti, it's super easy to do that. So let me jump into the dashboard here. So as you can see, this is the Yetti dashboard. We're very familiar with this by now, but rather than clicking pages to add a new product, I'm going to go over items and I'm going to add a new product. So here you can see a list of all the products that are already on my store. There's some great products there. There's some shaggy squares, there's some Ascot fair oaks, and there's also some striped green carpet. But I want to add this fantastic new carpet that I've just got in stock. So I'm going to hit create new product and I'm going to give it a name. Now the product that I'm going to add is the same product that we added to the about page. So I'm going to have this as nice red carpet. Now you'll notice that the URL name here has automatically been filled in for us based on the name of the product that we're entering. And similar to the images, it's best to keep the URL name as lowercase and separated by hyphens rather than spaces. As I say, normally the URL name is automatically filled out for you based on whatever you call your product. However, if this isn't the case, or if you'd like to change the URL name of your product, please bear in mind that it won't accept spaces and it won't accept capital letters. If you do happen to put either of these into this field, Yetti will automatically change them when you save the item. So further down the page, you can see all the different properties that you can give to this product. And now, for the purposes of this demonstration, we're going to go through each individually. However, depending on the type of your store or what product it sells, your properties may be slightly different. Bear in mind that every e-commerce store is different, and every e-commerce store will sell different products. So if you don't see exactly what's demonstrated in this example, don't worry, just work with what you've got, and it should be pretty self-explanatory what pieces of information need to go in which box. So because I'm going to look at adding a rug and not a carpet, in fact, let's change this to rug, then my price isn't going to be per square metre. It's just going to be a standalone product and it's going to have one price. So I'm going to add a description for this rug here. This is a fantastic new rug. So I've taken some time to fill in all this information about the product. There's not much there, but for the purposes of this demonstration, there really doesn't need to be. So now if I try and save this, you'll end up getting an error. And that's because you need to create some product options. Obviously, you're trying to sell this nice red rug, so you need to tell Yetti how much it costs, and you also need to give it an image. So let's take a look at attached assets first before we move on to the product options. Attached assets is anything which, as the name suggests, you can attach to a product. So this could be images, it could be related products, it could be downloads such as files, or it could also be an author page in the case of a blog article. In this example, there's only one image that's required. So we're going to use the same image that we used for the about page, which, if you remember, we called nice carpet. So I'm going to use this asset as is, and I'm going to give it some alternative text. So let's say nice carpet, and I don't really want an optional link URL, so I'll leave that blank. To explain these fields, alternative text will be displayed if a user hovers over the image with their mouse. Now it may be easy to forget this, but I would really advise that you don't neglect this field. In addition to just looking nicer, it's also got a lot of SEO benefits and it's also great for accessibility. Alternative text helps Google to see, and other search engines, to see that you're doing your job properly and that your site is one of repute. So when it's looking through your website, it can see what images you've got on there, and it can also see that you've given them names. So it's great for SEO. So I've selected my image. and I don't want to add anything else, so I'm just going to head over to product options. Now, product weight, let's set this to 10, and you get an error message here saying that products will be too large to ship. Now, this is the settings of our example basket. So, for the purpose of this example, we'll just set it to 1. I'll explain more about product weights in a later video, but for now, let's just set this as 1. We'll leave the VAT at standard, and we'll add a pricing tier. Now, this price is going to apply to everyone, and I'm going to have my product priced at, shall we say, £15. Now, this pricing tier section is where you can add different pricing tiers for different groups. For example, say you have one price for wholesalers, and then for trade customers, you have a product which is slightly reduced in price. You can set a group of customers up under those headings, and then depending on which group the customer belongs to, will depend on which price they see. You can also set discounts for volumes. For example, if someone purchased 10 of the same item, they could get a discount. And you can also add variations. So if you have more than one size or more than one colour, you can add variations of the same products, and each variation can have a different price, or it can have the same price as the main item. Finally, let's add some meta info. Again, great for SEO, meta info is fantastic for when Google and other search engines are looking at your website. If you've got any information in this meta info, it will be displayed on Google, and it will just make sure that your website is really up to scratch when it comes to search engine optimization. So in here, I'm going to just say nice red rug, and I'm also going to copy the description that I gave to the main product. So finally, I'm going to save and publish that. You'll notice that we get no errors, but now Yetti is asking us to categorize an item. So now we need to think, what is this product? Where should it go on my website? And I think it's worthwhile noting that unless you categorize an item, it won't show up on your website. So you have to categorize an item in order for it to show up on your site. So our product is a product, and it's also a rug, and we'll leave it as a contemporary rug for the time being. You can go down as many categories as you want, so you can have multiple subcategories. You can just have an item attached to just the product category, and you can also have multiple categories attached to one item. For instance, I'm going to leave this product as being in the contemporary rugs section, but I could also have it in the carpets section as well. So you can have multiple categories attached to one product. And with that, I'm going to go back to my listing, and you can see my nice red rug has now appeared at the top of the page. Heading back to the site then, you can see that our nice red rug has appeared on the website. It's got the image that we gave it. You can click in, and it's saying from £13.75, which is £15 plus VAT. And there's our description. This is a fantastic new rug. It's 30% polyester, 100% awesome, and there's the cleaning instructions that we set up. And that's all you have to do to add a product to your website.